Welcome back to the video. This is part 3 of developing a web app like Tinder in less than 1 hour. So in the last videos, we already developed a user login, user sign up, user profile and signed in view of the app. Now we got 40 more minutes to develop the rest of the project. So let's go. In this part, we'll be developing a dating feed with swipeable user cards like this. So let me close all other files. Now inside the profile feed feature that we created in the last part, we can create a blank UI/React component file and name it feed. Now before starting any work, let's make this file appear inside the feed tab here. So open feed home.tsx and instead of feed content message here, we can call feed. You can see here that the file has been automatically imported. So you can now save it. And this feed content will change into hello world. Now we can start developing the dating feed. We need to create one more file for the card UI because it's always better to keep things modular. So this file is for the Tinder-like cards. We can go to, let's close the feed home now. We'll just go to feed.tsx and replace this message. Let me name this to card UI. And we can call the card UI here. So whatever we do inside the card file will appear inside this division. Now we need a new UI for the Tinder-like cards. So once again, we can use the AI to generate the UI again. Let me clear the chat first. Create a card UI component like the Tinder card. We got a code snippet generated by AI. Let's copy this and paste it inside card UI.tsx file. And hit save. Okay, now you can see the new UI here. We have a card title, action buttons, and description. But we definitely need to do some optimizations. We really don't need descriptions as we are not collecting it from the user. So let's remove it here. And we will change card title to full name, age. Okay, so we got a good head start here with the UI, thanks to AI. Else we would have to develop all of this from scratch. Now I'm going to make this card swipeable. To make this card swipeable, we need to install an NPM library called React Tinder Card. You can see how it works here. So let's install this library first. Copy the install prompt, go back to mern.ai, paste it on the terminal and hit enter. Now the library is getting installed to the project. Let's wait for it. It's done. Now let's import it in the card UI.tsx file. Import Tinder card from React Tinder card. Now let's wrap this div which holds the card UI with the Tinder card that we just imported. And save. Oh, there's an error. I think it needs one more library to work. Okay, so I think we need to install this as well, my bad. So let's go on and install that. Now the error is solved. Compilation is successful. Let me refresh this page and check if I am able to swipe this card. Yes, I can. Let me show this in preview mode. Swipe is working, but there is a huge blank space here. Let's fix it. Go to the code mode. This is the Tinder card, and where is this space coming from? Oh yeah, there's a head screen on this still. That must be the problem. Let's remove it and try. Head screen is a tailwind class to specify height. It's saved. Let's check again. Yeah, now it's gone. What's next? We need to pull all user profiles from the database and show different cards for each profile in the dating feed. So let's create a new backend file and name it list all profiles. So there is a function. We need to take the profile collection inside of it. Let's create a constant called profile collection and set value to data profiles. So now you must be wondering where I got the collection name from. I can use MongoDB Compass application to view my database. These are the two database collections that I have for this project. So that's where I got to call this profiles collection from. Now let's bring in all the profiles. Constant profiles equals profile collection dot, let me collapse this chat box for more room. Collection dot find to array. It's like a MongoDB API, so I'm going to put an await. So this means you will get all the profiles and we will return it here. This is a very simple collection where we will show all profiles. So let's see it in action. Let's save this file and go to feed.tsx. And in here, we can create a new state. It's an empty state. And whenever the page gets loaded, we can use react.useEffect and call all the profiles inside of it. I forgot to import the backend file in here. Let me do that first. So now inside of react.useEffect, we can simply call this backend file. Then this is the promise which will contain the profiles. And what we will do is we just call this function. This is just pure React, what I have written here. So now we get all the profiles here. Then what we must do is we need to map this to the card UI. So what I just did is we are creating X number of cards. X equals the number of user profiles. Let's save this and see what happens. We should ideally get 2 cards because we currently had 2 profiles. Yes, we got 2 cards. So now let's map the actual data to these cards. Give the name, age, and all. Once again, this is just plain React. Any React developer would know this. If you are finding it hard to follow, you can check out the basic React tutorials that I have given in the descriptions below. So there is an error here. It will go away when I go to cardui.tsx file and add props to it. So now that we got access to the data, instead of sample text, we can bring in the actual name of the user. First, we need to put in the string. Then we can map the actual name from the database using $data dot key. We can check the key using MongoDB Compass. It's called name. So data dot name. Let's hit save and check the output. Yes. So it's John and test user. We created these two profiles in the beginning. So we successfully mapped the name of each user to the cards. Now if we go to the preview mode, you can see that the cards are arranged vertically, one after the other. But what we need is for the cards to be stacked on top of each other. So let's do that. Go to card UI.tsx, and for the Tinder card wrapper, add a new tailwind class, absolute. It is a positioning class which is good for stacking contents without being reactive. Now if you check the preview, you can see that the cards are stacked on top of each other, but it's out of place. So let's go back to port 1 again and open feed.tsx. For this div, we can add a tailwind class for width 320 px and height 500 px. Let's check it again. Now it's perfectly in place, and this is what we want. Now what's left for this part is to map the rest of the data to this card UI, that is the user age and profile picture. So let's do that. First let's do the age. Go to code mode, card UI.tsx. We can create a new constant for age, and using react.useMemo, we can call the age of all users from the data list. You can check the key using MongoDB Compass. It's called DOB. So data.dob. Now what we are going to do is write an if condition to show the age from the date of birth of the user. So first we need to import the moment library to this file. Then we can write the logic to find the age of the user from their date of birth. So what this function does is, if the user has provided a date of birth, then this if condition will compare the date with today's date and find the age using difference. This else condition handles any user without date of birth and returns the age as -1. You can always avoid this scenario by not making a date of birth optional during sign-up. Now let's replace the dummy age text to $age and check the output. So the age is now shown as 0 because we added the current date as the date of birth during sign up. Let me change it from the database. So if I update year of birth to 2000 and save, then age is 23. John doesn't have a date of birth, so it's -1. So yeah, that's done. Now let's map the profile picture. To do that, we have to import the image backend into this card UI.tsx file. You can get the image backend from the user profile feature here. There's a get image function right here. So let's import get image server. Now what we will do is convert this image function server to src. For that, we can create a new constant, image src equals create src, and we will pass the backend here. Next, we can replace the src value here to image src dot get link, and inside this parenthesis we can pass the image name. We can refer the database again for the name. It's profile image id. Let's pass it here and hit save. There you have it, the uploaded profile picture. But we got some additional width issue there. Let's fix that issue. Go to the code. Here you can see the image, and we have a width full class here. We can change it to somewhere around 208 dbx and save it. Now the width will be fixed. And now the dating feed is presentable. So that's it for this part. We developed a dating feed, we developed a swipeable user cards, we pulled all the profiles from the database, and we mapped all the actual data from the database. All this within 12 minutes max. So what's remaining? We have to optimize this dating feed that we developed, write logic for handling swipes. We need to restrict some profiles from showing in the account and all. And then we have to develop the matches tab with real-time chat. And I think we got 30 more minutes to cover the 1 hour mark. So yeah, see you in the next video.